Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're going to give you what you want.
That's not what I want.
Oh, I was muted. What's up, guys? AEW here. Aaron Warder, man. What's up? We're all having this Thursday, enjoyable Thursday as we get to the end of September. We're very close to the end of September. Hope you're all having a good Thursday. Wrestling sports fans, we're on this Saturday and Sunday. Very busy in the world of sports. We got NXT No Mercy this Saturday, and we got the special AEW WrestleDream in honor of Antonio Inoki. WrestleDream this Sunday. So on this show, we're going to do a previews and predictions for both shows. We're going to do NXT first, and then we're going to finish off with AEW. And and before we get into the preview predictions, make sure if you're new here, subscribe. If you're into sports or wrestling, doesn't matter which one, subscribe here if you're new. I've been, a little lacking a little bit. I've been a little busy. There'll be some streams here and there for the next 2 weeks. I'll be using this channel sparingly. After 2 weeks, I'll be doing more stuff on this channel. So give me more 2 weeks. But yeah, obviously next week I'll be doing Fastlane. And then we'll do sports stuff. I want to talk on sports stuff. I want to talk Damian Lillard getting traded in Milwaukee. I want to talk some football stuff, NHL stuff. And I think I'm going to start doing that next week. I don't have. I want to do it the weekend, but I don't have time to do it the weekend. Maybe Sunday, Saturday. I definitely don't have time. Sunday is probably the best time to talk about some sports stuff, but we'll see. And then after that, then the weekend after, same thing. No, okay. And if you're wondering on my main channel, the Aaron Warrior channel, I did not do episode 7 spoiler review. I think when episode 8 comes out, the finale comes out, I'll be doing that together. 7, 8. I'll be finishing the last 2 episodes in one stream together. But yeah. Okay. Also, do me a favor, like and share, please. And yeah, be a lot more sports stuff, wrestling and sports stuff. I gotta start making uploaded videos. I know I've kind of went away from reviewing shows. I'm gonna try to do that more. Just been busy. That's why I stopped doing it for a little while. I'm gonna be, like I said, after 2 weeks, I'll be less busy. So you'll see me reviewing shows again. And make sure to share this out on all your social media platforms: Threads, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, whatever you use, Facebook. And thank you for that. So yeah. Let's get on with this, guys. And you always feel free to pop up in if you want to talk predictions. I got some interesting stuff to say about wrestling. Really interesting stuff. Enough. So let's get into NXT first. NXT No Mercy. And once again, I'll say all this stuff in the intro once again at the beginning. At the end, as I said at the beginning, I'll say at the end again. But here we go. Okay? So we're going to start with NXT No Mercy, the September 30th, located in Bakersfield, California. It's NXT No Mercy. No Mercy is was a staple of WWE's pay-per-views right for a long time. But this time, NXT gets the honor of having it as the title of its brand. And with that, guys, let's go through it. So, a couple matches. We got like the NXT Women's Title match where Becky Lynch is defending the title. Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov. Trick Williams gets a chance at the North American title. And the tag team titles in the Fatal 4-Way tag team match. And we got some. Also, we got like something I gotta bring up. Excuse me for a sec. Another match has been added randomly to the card. Okay. I don't know. Okay, let's get this match out of the way. Let's get this one quick. This is not gonna be. There's gonna be no lengthy discussion. There's gonna be no. It's not even gonna take 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes on this match. So I'm gonna just get it out of the way. We got on the left. What's her name? I don't know her name, but I know on the right. I know who that is. Let me. So Kaylani. What's her name? Is that her name? Kehlani Jordan, yeah. Okay, on the left, we have Kehlani Jordan versus Blair Davenport. I don't know what brought up on this match. It was just added today on the social. WWE just announced it on today on their social media platforms. This match is happening. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I guess it's because there's gonna be an angle after since Blair is in the feud with Gigi Dolan, and they didn't really have their singles match on Tuesday like they're supposed to because of attack and backstage assault. So my guess is this is gonna be an easy match, an easy win, not an easy match, a quick match where Blair Davenport gets the win here, but gets attacked by Gigi Dolan. Yeah, so on the right, Blair Davenport. That's all I could go with. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next NXT matches. We'll go this match, the Fatal 4-Way for the Tag Team NXT Tag Team Championships. We have Tony D'Angelo's and Stacks, the champions, taking on the Creed Brothers, taking on Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, taking on OTM, a new up-and-coming young tag team. Now, this is I think it's gonna be a fun match. I don't have much to say about this. Good tag teams, good young tag teams in this match. We got some high flyers, we got some technical wrestlers, and we got some powerhouse young up and comers trying to make a name for themselves in OTM. Okay, and we got Tony D'Angelo and Stacks, Lorenzo Stacks. Their gimmick is very Italian mafia mob like gimmicks, as you know. They're putting the belts on the line against 3 other teams, as you can see. Like I said, like the rules are, you do not need to pin the champions to win the titles. Anybody can be pinned, and whoever pins and gets counted is the champions. Or submit too. Remember, in these kind of matches, there's no countouts and DQs. But if I had to go with predictions here, I'm going with a retain here. Tony D'Angelo and Lorenzo Stacks to retain here. Yeah, I'm going to the tag team champions. They're coming in as the tag team champions, and they're coming out as the tag team champions. So I got them retaining. Okay. Now, Now. We got Butch versus Noam Dar, and this is for the UK Heritage Cup. This is a different than a traditional wrestling match. There's about 5 or 6 rounds, 3 minutes each, and whoever has the most wins in those rounds gets a trophy. So Noam Dar is currently the trophy holder, the trophy, right? And Butch is not on the right. So 6 rounds. I think six rounds. There is a sudden death if it's tied. 3-minute matches. I think, well, since Butch is a main roster wrestler, really, I don't think he wins here. I mean, Butch should win, but Butch, I don't think he will win. As he's representing, he won the Global Heritage Cup tournament, so he gets a shot here. And yeah, but I'm going with Noam Dar on the left here. I think it makes sense, just because Butch is a main roster wrestler, and I really don't like the name Butch. He's pretty much reverted back to his Pete Dunne gimmick, except with the name. The name is still very. This needs a change. That's the name. This needs to change back his original name. That's it. Okay. And we'll go to Braun versus Baron Corbin. The match. These guys, there's no bone about it. These guys do not like each other. They do not like each other. They're both heels. This is a very rare heel versus heel match for WWE. They really don't do heel versus heel. Face versus face is a lot more common than heel versus heel. But they're doing this. Like I said, is very rare, very uncommon. Like for wrestling companies to do heel versus heel, especially WWE. WCW used to do heel versus heel all the time. Well, specifically with NWO versus a WCW heel. That the WCW heel would be a babyface against the NWO black and white, but that's different. It's different circumstances because whatever. Yeah, like Baron Corbin has kind of rejuvenated himself a little bit down at NXT. It seems like he found his place again, his character again. Down there, he needed it. I don't think he would. If he started the main roster, I think he still would have been lost in the shuffle and he would have struggled. He's been through a lot of changes on the main roster, a lot of bad changes, and going back down to NXT is really, I think, it's helping him. And if it's helping him down to NXT, it may help him back when he eventually gets called back to the main roster, because he will be going back to the main roster at some point. I don't know how long he's down there for, but he will be called up or back up the main roster. But like I said, Braun Breaker is one of the future stars you're high on. I really don't think. I think the thing is, Braun Breaker to me, he's not done with Von Wagner. Okay, he took out Von Wagner. Wagner's on the shelf, right? He's not done. Braun Breaker to me is getting to a point where he's done enough what he can do at NXT, but he has to end that. Has to end the story with Von Wagner. So this match going with Baron Corbin was more of a placeholder kind of story, a little story that's involved in the bigger story of Von Wagner, because like I said, Von Wagner is the bigger story here. He's going to want to get his revenge of Von Wagner. So Baron Corbin is just part of the process, part of the journey to eventually to that, the small part of the journey to that. The eventual Wagner versus Braun Breaker match again. It happens when Von Wagner comes back from being taken out by Braun Breaker. So by analyzing that, I think it's a good indication that you know who I'm going to pick here, and that's going to be Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker needs this win. He can finish up with Von Wagner, and I think, to be honest with you guys, I think it's done with NXT. I think there's nothing you can do. Hello, Anthony. Now, let's get on to this match. Trick Williams versus Dirty Dom Mysterio for North American Championship. Good on Trick Williams getting this match. Dom against Dom, North American title. I do have something to say that I could play into the main event of the show. I think this might lead to Trick Williams, because I think he'll lose here. I think Dom will retain here. I think Dom will retain the title here. So I'm going my prediction Dom. And Trick Williams will be so disappointed, so angry. Okay. That him losing will play into the main event somehow. So I'm going with Dom to retain here. I think I'm going to get, okay. I think only one title is going to be changed hands in this pay-per-view. Only one title. I know he is. Now, I gotta say this. I won't be able to watch this live. Because I'll be out Saturday night, unfortunately. I'll watch it on a Sunday if I have time before the AEW pay-per-view. But when I'm back Saturday night, I don't care. I will find out the winners even if I didn't watch it. It doesn't matter to me. I don't mind being spoiled. All right. Let's go to, you know what? To me, I think this should be the main event, but I know it won't be. But it should be the main event just for the idea that Becky Lynch is wrestling. And Becky Lynch has, when she came back to NXT, the feud with Tiffany Stratton, the ratings and numbers have dramatically risen. So Becky's definitely a draw for NXT. A lot of casuals will probably just watch Raw and SmackDown, probably tune in NXT to see Becky. And so I might think here that they might want to keep Becky down in NXT for a while. A little bit longer. Okay? No. Now, I would originally pick that Tiffany Stratton to get the win here, but I don't want Tiffany Stratton to beat Becky clean, because Becky is like arguably top 5-star in WWE right now. You got Becky, Rhea, Charlotte, Asuka, Io. There's Bayley up there. Becky's definitely top 3, even though she's not a champion. She hasn't been a champion for a while, but she's definitely top 3 in terms of pecking order, in terms of popularity, right? And I don't think her losing to Tiffany Stratton, if she loses to Tiffany Stratton, it will not be clean. Okay, it will not be clean. Something cost her the match, and to me, it should be some main event woman. Maybe like Nia Jax or somebody. I don't know. Maybe Nia Jax should cost her the match. That's Nia Jax is going on a rampage on Raw. Maybe have Nia Jax cost her a match, but get involved somehow. The referee is knocked out, distracted. She gets involved and takes out Becky, and Tiffany gets the win here. Okay, because I don't want this to be a clean win for Becky, because if we're Becky, like, this is not disrespecting Tiffany Stratton. This would be a huge win for Tiffany, no doubt, the biggest win of her career. But I'm doing this out of respect for Becky and where she is and what she is and how popular and how much of a star she is. And no disrespect to Tiffany, once again, she's still an NXT talent. You can't have NXT talent beating Becky clean. Sorry. And I appreciate Becky trying to get Tiffany Stratton over, or trying to get her, she's probably like wanting to work with her, and I appreciate that. Becky is good sport, showing good leadership, good sportsmanship by doing that. But you can't have her lose clean here. Okay? So I think Becky's going to win here. And if the only way she doesn't win, it's not by clean. Won't be clean. Someone will get involved. But a lot of people are whispering that Becky is going to win here. The odds say Becky is the favor, is in Becky's favor with the odds. Wrestling don't believe in the odds all the time. Sometimes they're obvious who's going to win. Sometimes they're not. Wrestling, you can tell who is obviously going to win. That makes sense. But here, I don't know, because this is NXT and Becky is a main event, really a main event player. Don't take the odds don't take the odds as legit here. Okay. But I got Becky winning here anyway. Because I think they want to keep her down to keep the ratings high. Eventually, at some point, they have to stop using her on NXT because she's a main roster draw. She's a huge WWE draw. And I know the ratings may hit. The ratings might take a hit if Becky leaves. But I got Becky retaining here. And don't get me wrong. Definitely put on a great match in the first match on NXT TV. But let's go. Let's go to the main event and where I think the North American title plays here. Okay. Now I got two theories here because I think there will be a title change at No Mercy. I think Ilya, this is the title match, the NXT title match. You got Carmelo Hayes, who I'm very high on too. I think he's gonna be a huge star, definitely on the main roster, versus Ilya Dragunov, who I think is legitimately dangerous on the main roster. Very good too in the ring, and he's a good talker. And the way he presents himself, his aura is up there too. It's top tier. I think it works on the main roster. I think it works in any company, honestly. And so this is the main event, and I think I'm gonna go with a title change here because of how I could possibly see the stories turning out. Now, two ways. Wesley could come back, and cost Carmelo Hayes a title here. Sliv instead of turning heel. I think Wesley was so disappointed in himself, he decided to leave NXT, not really, not in real life, kayfabe, not as a work, because he's so disappointed in himself, he's not getting his title shot, because him and Ilya fought each other, and whoever won that match gets his title shot. But since Wesley did not win the title, the number one contender match, Ilya gets the title shot. So I think what happens here is I think Wesley will come back, cost Carmelo Hayes the title. I think it's one possibility. Okay. And that's solidifying Wesley turning heel. Maybe that's what he needs. Either way, my second way is Ilya becomes champion. Dragunov becomes champion. Okay. My second option, which refers to a North American title match, Trick William loses. Oh my, yes. Mr. Hot Takes tonight himself. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Preparing for your show?
Well, we might have to push it back because now Max tells me last night while we had a regular MME stream, I actually have other stuff scheduled around the time I was going to do it. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll reschedule it. So it will happen.
Sure.
We just, it will happen. We gotta figure out a day to reschedule it. But yeah. But I'm ready for it, though. I know. I'm ready for it. I'm excited to do it, for sure.
I'm excited for this week. Unfortunately, I may miss No Mercy live. I'll catch it later. I won't miss WrestleDream live, but so I didn't finish the No Mercy predictions. I'll get you through predictions on some of the stuff. There's some very matches like that don't really need any analysis. For example, this match was added some randomly. I don't know her name again. What's her name? Kaliali Jordan. I know she's been winning well with Dana Brooke, but she's been released. Right, Dana Brooke's been released. She's facing Blair Davenport. I'm like, yeah, Blair Davenport gets to win here. There has to be something more here. Like there's an angle at play here because Blair Davenport is in the mix of that feud with Gigi Dolan, and they were supposed to have a match on NXT, but she attacked Gigi Dolan right backstage, so that match did not happen. So my guess here is Blair Davenport makes quick work of this woman, Kaliali Jordan, and Gigi gets her revenge. That's what I think. Or that's something.
I'll go with that, I guess. I could care less about this.
It's just added randomly today. Like, what the hell's the story here?
I don't know. So it's like we need another women's match. Let's just add it there. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have not been keeping up with NXT lately, so there might be some storylines here and there that I'm like, oh wait, okay, oh that's happening. So
yeah. What was my okay? So I got. Then I'm doing Butch versus Noam Dar in this Heritage Club Classic. You know, this English style of wrestling, right? Where, you know, they do those 6 rounds, 3-minute matches. Right. Which I find like, I honestly, no disrespect. I know it's respected in England and stuff. I kind of find it boring. I'd rather just have like a single match and no time limit, or like 2 out of 3 with no time limit. But whatever, it's they have to make it
Yeah,
like a UFC match for some reason or whatever.
it's like,
Um,
well, whenever they try to have stipulations that are like
mhm.
kind of MMA inspired, it always just
Yeah,
feels off, Other than the what was that what was that match that Matt Riddle had with Seth Rollins in the
the
cage?
fight
What was
pit
it?
matches worked.
Fight
That
pit.
was
The
a good
fight pit.
one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the only thing that worked that was MMA inspired. Everything
yeah.
else, I'm
Like
just like, no.
back in the day when they tried with Owen and Ken Shamrock, and all that stuff, it's so bad. It wasn't good. Remember they tried to use the Den stuff, like it wasn't good. I got Noam Dar winning here because Bush to me is a main roster wrestler. I mean, I like how Butch is Bush again, but I would like to have him turn his name back to his name to Pete Dunne because Bush sounds like it's basically just one of those henchman names. Get him, Butch. That's it. It's like
Yeah, yeah. It took him long enough to switch him back to his regular name. I'm like, yeah, why are we still calling him
yeah,
Butch? Like, so, but yeah, I'm
yeah.
glad he's Pete Dunne again. Thank God.
Well, he's still
But
Bush, but he doesn't. But he doesn't have the. Remember when he came in and joined the whatever I forgot what they're called. Whatever. Remember he had the hat and he had the thing and all that. And he had the
yeah, yeah.
suspenders and that. He's still called Butch now, but they let him have the Pete gun. Now he's back to the Pete. He's still Butch called Bush, but they let him have the Pete gun. Pete not gun. Pete Dunne.
Okay. Oh, that's what you
Retiring
meant.
and all
Okay.
that stuff. Let him look like that again. I mean, yeah, I agree with you though.
Can we change
He's
his
just
name
got
back to Pete
yeah.
Dunne, please?
Yeah, I got Noam Dar here because like I think it makes sense. I hate.
Like
I know there's
Butch
some
could
people
be
that like
like
Noam
his like
Dar.
middle.
Yeah, I know there's some people like Noam Dar. I can't stand him personally. I think he's annoying, but whatever. I think that's his point. He's supposed to be annoying, but there's some wrestlers where they're supposed to be annoying, and there's some wrestlers that are supposed to be annoying and are really annoying. You know, like
Yeah, I get what you're saying. As far as his character, like it can be annoying at times. Though I think he is a really, really good talent. Unfortunately,
yes,
after NXT UK died, it felt like he didn't have much of a direction
Mhm.
for him. So it's I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're trying to give him something, but just like there's still something about it where it's like I think I need more from his character. It's like he's fine,
yeah,
but I feel like they just need to give him more. I guess as far as character wise, but and in ring work, he's great. He's a great performer. Um, Noam Dar, yeah, I think he's going to win this. Realistically, yeah, that's the more logical bet. But then again, we're starting to see main roster talent win some NXT stuff recently, which I'm not really a big fan of. So, like, hey, I wouldn't put it past them to give it to Butch.
hmm oh yeah. And then next we got this
So
tag team
I don't know.
match. It's
I'm
announced.
going with Noam Dar, but like if it ends up being,
Excuse me. I
but
think
yeah,
you're lagging
yeah,
a
I'll go.
bit.
Yeah, it happens. Hold on. Let me see. I'm waiting for. I'll probably exit and come back in. I'll try that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, he'll come back. We'll do this match next. I don't even know who. All right. Okay. It's Okay.
Okay, let's try this again.
Okay, I can hear you better now. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's lagging. Okay. I got this random tag team match. Oh, it's not random, but it's been announced since Tuesday. We got Lorenzo and Tony D'Angelo, Lorenzo Stacks and Tony D'Angelo defending the NXT tag team titles against the Creed brothers, Humberto Carrillo, Angel Garza, and OTM. Now, OTM is relatively new, kind of new, up and coming. We know Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo and the Creed brothers, right? We know who they are.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
Look, I don't know much about OTM. They're young. I know they're managed by Scripps. I'm like, who cares? Scripps is whatever. I don't know much to say. I got Tony D'Angelo Stacks retaining here, so I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know much to say. I don't know much to say here, man. Let's get a North American
I
Championship.
don't either. Like, I just don't care about that.
Yeah, I know. Now we got the North American Championship match between Dirty Dom, and Trick Williams. Now, Trick Williams, I think they're really liking his work as of late. NXT and backstage personnel, I think they're really liking his work. So they're rewarding with a match, right? I think, to me, because when he was a Carmelo Hayes, especially as a heel, he was kind of a stooge, right? He was like a stooge to Carmelo Hayes, always his hype man, right? But since Carmelo Hayes has turned face, there's something's different with him, right? Like they started to see more of a. There's actually character, more development where he's not a stooge, he's not a hype man anymore. Like he's an actual wrestler, right? Like, right?
Yeah.
Even though he was a wrestler when he wrestled Carmelo's maybe a heel, and I think he's impressive to work because he's not bad in the ring. He's not bad in the ring.
No, he's not.
But I don't think he's winning here against Dirty Dom because I think he places in the main event. Plays into the main event. I mean, because I think Dirty Dom is still not done with Dragon Lee from obvious on Raw. Right?
Yeah.
And that's who's going to lose it to. The next announcement, guys. The next NXT is Deadline in December 9th. That's the 2 months or 2 or 3 months from now. That's the next NXT pay-per-view. So I think that's what we're going to finally have Dirty Dom lose the title to Dragon Lee. Unless he loses on the main roster. I don't know. They're kind of putting NXT talent on the main roster too, example, like Dragon Lee. Right?
Yeah.
Who is kind of main roster ready? Because Dragon Lee's been experienced like for a long time.
Yeah. Honestly, he should come up to the main roster at this point. Like, if he feels kind of out of place.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as what's his name?
Trick.
Trick. I'm sorry. I still don't know how to feel about him splitting him up from Carmelo because they worked really well with each other. I'm glad that we're able to see Trick wrestle more. And they're starting to give him his own identity, which I'm glad about. But like, I don't know. I just like that pairing with Trick and Carmelo. I thought it worked really, really well. So like, I'm still trying to fill Trick out as a singles competitor. Obviously, yeah, Dom's not going to drop the title to him. He's keeping that for a minute. And I do agree with you that like I think Dragon Lee's probably going to eventually win it. But yeah, it's once again I'm just like, it's the same thing with Becky when we get to her. It's just I don't know how to feel about having main roster talent winning titles. Like,
I don't know how I feel about Becky. How would Becky lose the title?
Honestly, that's the thing. Like, she eventually has to lose.
Yeah, and we'll get to that because I have like we could get into detail about Becky and how I don't think she'll lose, but like how would she eventually when she drops the title, how she should lose it? Because I personally don't think she should lose it. She would lose it clean. Not to an NXT talent. NXT talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I think what's her name? Shoot, that facing her. I think Tiffany. Yeah,
Tiffany, and then Tegan Nox, right? Who faces the winner?
Oh yeah, right. Because I think Tiffany's eventually going to be called to the main roster.
Tiffany's going to be a star on the main roster.
She certainly is, and it's like, I mean, if it's not Tegan that wins, who else would I give it to? You know,
Yeah.
who else would feel like good enough to beat Becky?
Let's do
You
that.
know,
Let's do that match now. Like Tiga's not going to beat Becky. Like this, even
no.
for the next. Like Tiga hasn't been. She's been on the main roster for a long time. She's barely been used. All of a sudden, she's randomly used, and she's gonna beat Becky.
I mean, let's be real. None of the women on in NXT is
Yeah.
believable to beat Becky, but it's just like
I
Tegan like is one of those few people that may come close to almost being believable. But you're right, she barely has been
if,
used.
I hate to do this because I think she should not have been back in WWE, but I would have Nia Jax come to NXT No Mercy because Nia Jax will be going on a rampage on Raw, right? Going on a rampage on Raw, right? Um, and
Man,
I don't want Becky losing clean. So what happens is, referee gets distracted, and Nia Jax just comes out of the crowd and beats up Becky, gives her Samoan drop outside, and that's where Tiffany gets the moonsault and gets the win over Becky. Not a clean win, right? Not a clean win. That's to me the only way you could. That's one of the only ways you could do it if you ever lose at No Mercy. Just have do something like that. I mean, it has to be Nia Jax because the way they're portraying her since her comeback. No other wrestler could do that. Female wrestler could do that right now. And I know it's Nia Jax. I'm sorry, guys, but like,
yeah, I mean, yeah. Just first of all, it makes no sense that they brought her back. But second of all, like, why? I mean, I know Nia's on a rampage right now, but it's like, what would motivate her to go and attack Becky Lynch? Because, like, I mean,
she wants to break her nose again. I don't know.
let's not go through that again. But like, I feel like Nia would rampage in SmackDown before she goes to NXT. But it's
She's
like
going after everybody, heel or face. She doesn't give a damn.
I guess, but like it almost feels like they're trying to set up her against Rhea Ripley.
I
So
don't want to see that.
I mean, nobody wants to see that, but just like I'm just trying to think logically of like how this could make sense. But it's just like I don't see any reason for her to go after Becky, especially not for that NXT championship.
I'm saying this. Judgment Day looks so different without Rhea there. The past 2 weeks, like it's supposed to be different. Like I know. Like all due respect to those three, Rhea is the heart of the Judgment Day.
I mean, yeah, she is. Um, I hope Rhea's off of television because of story reasons and not that Nia crushed her ribs. I hope that's not the case, but yeah. But yeah, I don't know. But like
Yeah.
to get focused back on Becky, I just like. I mean, she's probably going to retain here, and because they're trying to set up Tiffany to eventually go to the main roster.
This is not disrespect for Tiffany Stratton anyway. This is more respecting Becky and where she is on the totem pole because Becky, like, arguably is the biggest female draw on the main roster, whether it's his title or not. And you can't have her lose to a development talent. No matter how good Tiffany is, no matter how high they're all high on her, because they're high on her. Otherwise, why would they have her working with Becky? Becky's still high on her. But let's be honest, she's still in NXT. And the only way to have her lose that belt is not by clean to an NXT talent, because that protects Becky.
That's true. I mean, yeah, I think they put the title on Becky for two reasons. One, so they can
ratings.
And two, to make Becky a Grand Slam champion, because that seems to be going around everywhere. It's like, oh, Finn's a Grand Slam champion now. Oh, Seth Rollins is a Grand Slam champion now.
I don't think this feud was a plan. I just think Tiffany Stratton did not know Becky was not a champion, an NXT champion. But she mentioned those names because automatically you would think Becky was an NXT champion because look at the accolades she's got in her career, right? You would automatically think she was an NXT champion. I don't think Tiffany knew that, and it just organically built it from there.
Yeah, and I think Triple H, Vince, and everybody running creative just realized, oh wait, she's never won the NXT championship. Let's fix that.
And on the same show, she said that she had a backstage interview, right? And she's, I know all the trolls said Becky was never champion. I think after cutting the promo for in the ring, when she went backstage, I think whoever was in, the grab position, you have those monitors, the agents, and all those guys. They probably told her, say this in your backstage interview that Becky was not an NXT champion, and maybe we could build something from there. You know?
Dude, every time. Look, this season, every time. This is like the most calculated, predictable thing that WWE ever does. Whenever they say this person has never won this, you know for a fact they're going to win it. That's
That's true.
That's really them spoiling that they're going to win it. When they say, "Oh, they've never won this title," it's like, "Yep, they're going to win it."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Once again, this seems to be a pattern. With Finn and Seth Rollins and all them. It's like, oh, let's make them Grand Slam champions. They have one more title left. Let's just give it to them. I'm like, okay. So I'm interested to see how she's gonna drop the belt, because you're right. They need to protect her. So it's like, we'll see how that happens.
Yeah. Because she just got off a feud of Trish Stratus, a legend. Like,
Exactly.
have her lose an NXT talent clean? Doesn't make sense if you're asking me, right?
No, it doesn't make sense. And I'm pretty confident they're going to set up a match between Becky and Rhea at WrestleMania. So they
that'd be such a great. That'd be great. That'd be great, man. Now, if I was smart, NXT, I would invite Jade Cargill to Bakersfield. Her sit in the crowd.
Do you think that will be her debut?
Well, just in the
the first appearance of her.
First appearance of her. You know they do it back in the day when they signed a talent. They always have to sit in the crowd.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah.
Something like that. Because there's clearly they're very high on her, right? They announce her talent and you see the backstage stuff. They're very high on her, right? Like, I'll do that.
That's totally copycatting Mercedes at All In, but that's just what it is.
Well, let's be honest. WWE did it first.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be opposed to that. Having Jade Cargill is, if they're gonna have her make her first appearance, she could be in the audience or the crowd, whatever.
Yeah, because we don't know. Like, people don't know if she's gonna be NXT or main roster talent. Based from what I see,
they're gonna push her straight to the main roster. I'm calling it.
They're probably gonna have her, fix her. She's not gonna be. Probably gonna have her work out the kinks for wrestling ability, right? Because she has a character down and all that. The look, the character down from. You could copy. You could take that from AEW. You don't need to change it that much, right? Really. Honestly, so you could probably take the kinks that were making her, as a wrestling, as an ability in the ring. You could work that on NXT. WWE has done a better job than AEW of developing young talent in that way.
Right. If she is going to go to NXT, I don't see her being there longer than a month or two.
This is what you do. You either introduce her there, or you introduce her to Royal Rumble. And maybe win.
Rumble. Yeah. I wonder, is she going to be ready that early though? Royal Rumble.
Yeah, because she probably doesn't have to do as much because there's not a lot of room, less room, right? Right?
I guess.
Until there's less people. Until there's less people, there's like the final 4, 5, or 4 to down to 3 or 2. She probably has to do more, right?
I guess so. I mean, she's already training at the Performance Center, so I guess she could do something at the Rumble.
There's a reason why, even though she had that streak in AEW, there's a reason why you didn't see her a lot on Dynamite and stuff.
Because she wasn't that great in the ring.
Look, Goldberg wasn't great in the ring either, and he got over.
True. I mean, at least with Jade, like she has more of a character than Goldberg, so she was able to.
No character. I'm just a tough football player playing wrestler. That's all he was.
That's all he was. That's all he was. So yeah, like I'm pretty sure they're gonna build her up to be like the female John Cena, practically.
I can't wait to see John Cena at Fastlane, man.
I wonder what he's gonna do.
Oh, I wonder whose tag team player is gonna be. Is sadly got COVID on
LA Knight. Oh yeah. Dang, that would have been cool. He was
supposed to, right? He was supposed to come out in that end segment, right? They were supposed to, right?
Right.
Let's go to the main event of this. Then we'll go to WrestleDream. There's a lot of things that happen in WrestleDream, and I think a lot of things pertain to Dynamite from WrestleDream too.
Right.
The main event is Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov. Now, these two guys are going to be great on the main roster one day. Ilya Dragunov is like the psychopath you don't want to meet. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like to me, he's like more dangerous than Gunther because he's a legit psychopath, I think.
Yeah, like these two have been made roster ready.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
these two are fantastic in the ring. Both of their characters are great. Um, did you, if Dragunov gets when Dragon, I'm pretty sure Dragunov is going to be called.
I
But
think it's gonna be I think Dragunov should win here. But there's been whispers for a few months that Dragunov may be called up, and the speculation is that with what's going on with the Imperium, because not everything is going well with Imperium,
I was about to
right?
say, like, is he going to be the fourth member of Imperium, or is he going to replace Giovanni Vinci? I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the rumors, right? That it may be both, and he may align himself with just Ilya, right?
Uh,
Um, with all due respect, Zoe Stark definitely. Any Harwell, with all due respect, Candice LeRae is almost 40.
Holy crap! Really?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh!
let me check.
I didn't even realize that. I thought she was in their late 20s, early 30s.
Well, she's been around. She's 37.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh, she looks great.
she does look great, but that might. I mean, Natalia's in her 40s, so she's been used. Candice LeRae has always been used.
Natalia looks great too in her.
The problem is, Candice LeRae has always been used at NXT, even though she's been used really, really well. She's always been known to be used something to get other women over.
That which is unfortunate because, man, I always felt she was good. She was really good in NXT, but even then, I feel like man, they should have like
So,
put the top. They should have gave her more of a push.
Indy Hartwell's very underrated. She's
Indy
very
Hartwell,
funny.
man, come
Yeah.
on. I love Indy Hartwell. I think she's great. And, like they're wasting her too. Like
She's funny. She's strong and she's funny. And Zoe Stark, Zoe Stark might to me is a future champion. Just look at her. She has to work on her mic skills a little bit, but she is getting better at. But just look at her, man. Just look at her.
Oh yeah, she looks like a star. She definitely is. And I'm glad they broke her away from Trish because like that wasn't really doing that much favors for her.
Yeah, they're doing
yeah.
the Shayna Baszler, right? With the
I mean, which like that had the potential to be interesting too, but then they just dropped that. I'm like, okay, not doing this again. And of course, I've talked about it before with Candice and Indy that like they should have brought back the way. Where's Johnny Gargano?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
And where is where is the I'm forgetting.
I don't think this could happen. No.
They were off television for so long, huh? What's that?
There was a joke about that 1 or 2 years ago. Someone tried to bring WCW back on Twitter. It actually got a little bit of traction, but it never really It's never really happening.
That is not happening. That is not happening. Dexter Loomis, where's Dexter Loomis?
Yeah, where's Dexter Loomis? The problem with Dexter Loomis, his character's so limited. How do you grow from that?
Well, you pair him up with Indy Hartwell and or The Way.
Yeah.
Like, he works best when he's with other people, especially with Indy. Yeah. So it's like that's why they should.
That's such a great. I mean, that was such a great story. They got married and stuff. And I just love it when we were getting married and everybody's like, whoever's doing the wedding was like, anybody who should not get married, anybody have objections to marriage, and you see him open up, he has an axe there. It's like,
nobody. Better be nobody.
Yeah. And that's the first time he talks, right? I think the only time he talked, period.
Right.
Right? That's pretty funny. Yeah, and there's some good women that are not being used on Raw. Like Tegan Knox she's been shown. She's very young, very good too. Mm-hmm. It's just that, I mean, look. They do a better job than AEW because AEW gets one woman segment of a show.
Yeah. Man. I mean, I'm glad they're starting to use the talent a little bit more, but like, they still like need to give some of these women a story. Like we're gonna talk about it when we talk about WrestleDream, but I'm glad Julia Hart is getting more spotlight, and
but she won't win.
No, she's not gonna win. But and then Saraya winning the women's championship, and
I hope she finds her stuff because that's a lot of stuff that got stolen.
oh wait, what happened?
You didn't hear that she got a lot of her stuff stolen, her gear and all this other stuff getting stolen.
What is going on? Why is everyone's stuff getting stolen? Like, where's the security at, bro?
I don't know what the story was, but it's a pretty funny story. Apparently, I don't know. And apparently, it was at an event too.
Dude, like you need to put your stuff under lock and key or something. Like, what is going on right now? Are they keeping it in the car? Like, where is it? Like, did they bring it to the locker room? Like, what is going on?
I think that's one of the reasons she didn't show up at Dynamite or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that because like because wasn't there supposed to be a I don't know.
Roman versus Rock would be good. It's just that I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm sorry. Like I'm being. I thought.
You think it's not gonna happen? Are you kidding me? After his return, like you don't think they're gonna try and do that?
I think they want to do it. I just think the most logical choice would have been last year because it was in LA, a bigger audience and all that.
Well, we all know why they waited. I mean, I agree with you. They should have done it like at 39, but like why they did it because they wanted to wait for the merger.
Yeah. And man, yeah, it's TKO is called now, right?
TKO.
What did Tony Khan get involved with somehow?
Or that was their clever way of saying like being homage. Oh, technical knockout or something like that.
Yeah, I think I got Ilya winning here, but you're right. Like the Imperium stuff crushes me because I think either.
Aaron, he said to his oh, there she is with the glasses, with black and white.
I think either Dragunov or
Dragunov
or Wesley either comes back. Wesley comes back, right?
Where are you?
Oh yeah, Wesley. Where is he
left?
at?
Right, he left. He left because he felt disappointed. Right, he was disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, disappointed, and he might turn heel, costing Carmelo Hayes the title, or Trickleanius might feel disappointed and either accidentally or purposely costing Carmelo Hayes the title.
I don't think I want to see. I don't think I want to see Wesley turn heel because like he's like really good as a baby face. So it's like I don't know. I'd be disappointed if they turn him heel. They got to be a different way for them to do this, But I mean, we'll see how they handle it. But
yeah, and I think it's leading to I don't think something doesn't smell right there. It's like.
Yeah, like I'm expecting something to go down somewhat. I'm just like I just don't know how to feel if they do turn Wesley heel because I do really like him as a babyface. But we'll just see what happens. But I honestly I think if Wesley doesn't interfere, like I think Carmelo's going to retain. To be honest,
yeah. If there's no interference, Carmelo will definitely win.
Yeah.
Or somebody gets involved, right? Yeah.
Right.
I think I agree with you there. I just don't know because there's two possible outcomes. Let's get AEW the Dream. Now, a lot of things changed on AEW Dream from Dynamite. Obviously, we got a handicap match for the Ring of Honor titles. We'll get through that because the ending of Dynamite was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But we'll get through that. We'll get to there. We'll start with Rita Yuta. It's been announced on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Rita Yuta, he gave props to Ricky Starks for surviving down Brian Dawson, even though but he didn't buy his stuff, and he made a match for WrestleDream. Now, Ricky Starks has to win this match.
I mean, obviously, yes. Yeah.
Like, it's no question about it. It was a two brutal matches with Brian Dawson, right? From All Out, right?
Mm-hmm.
All Out was the Chicago pay-per-view, yeah. So I was just making sure.
Yeah. All Out and then the strap match on
which was
Collision.
a good match. Yeah, the death match. You mean the death match on Collision?
Oh, I'm sorry.
The strap match was a pay per view, and the death match was Collision. And he,
Right.
whoa, and you saw on Dynamite how the damage done to him, right? Oh. And yeah, like those, he put up 2 great efforts against Brian Dawson, so he has to get the win here. He needs a win here, definitely.
Certainly, yes. I'm surprised they didn't give it to Ricky on Collision. Like I thought they were going to be be 50-50 booking, and then like they'll have a third match to determine it.
Yeah,
but
I'm surprised too. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, Ricky got to win here. You know, you can't. This will completely kill his momentum if he loses to Wheeler Yuta. So,
Ricky's doing so great as a heel.
Oh, Ricky's fantastic. Yeah, he's awesome.
Right
I like Wheeler Yuta a lot, but like Ricky needs this win more than he does.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Let's see what other matches are. We got FTR. I think is this a tag team match versus Aussie Open? Yeah, for the AEW Tag Team Championship. Look, I like Aussie Open. I think they're really good in the ring. But they ain't gonna beat FTR.
No. No shade to Aussie Open, because I do think they are great. They're a great tag team. I'm just not feeling them as character wise. It's like something's just missing. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just
Aussie Opens needs a leader. They need a leader. They need to form like a trio or a faction. They need to be in something to me. I know it's very common AEW, but I feel that tag team needs something though. Like maybe needs somebody else there.
Maybe they should join the Don Callis family. I don't know.
The Don Callis family, it's so awkward to Sammy Guevara in it. I'm sorry. Like
everyone else. Well, I mean,
Takashi
fits, and Will Ospreay, sure,
somewhat because he's part timer.
Yeah, but like Aussie Open. I mean, Aussie Open would fit. I mean, I'm not mad at Sammy Guevara joining. Like, I think what
it does kind of make sense. Obviously, with Sammy Guevara joining, it does.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aussie Opens to me, they do need somebody. They need a third person. They do need a leader. To me, like I'm gonna say once again, it's very AEW like because almost everybody's in a faction or at least some tag team of some sort.
A lot of factions.
You could be. Yeah, you're a single star, but you could be a single star, but still have a tag team partner. Like
I think they just need a talking piece. I think that's really what they need. They don't need like a third, like a trio person. I think they just need. I mean, not to say that they're bad on the mic. It's just like once again, their personality just feels kind of just there. Like we don't know like what is. I mean, unless you watch Ring of Honor, like who are they? Like, what are they about? What is their personality? What's their character? Like, they're great in the ring, but like, I just need a little bit more about who they are.
That's so AEW, great in the ring, but who are they?
Exactly, man. And it's like Ring of Honor, I mean, unless it's like the big stars we already know, like Samoa Joe and Eddie Kingston and Athena, like. We don't know these random people coming from ROH. You got to give us like promos. You got to give us something.
ROH. You have to hardcore. And when you have them on Warner Bros. Television, that's not hardcore fans you're trying to get. Okay, right? Like you need to get the casuals because the only way to compete with WWE. No disrespect to all the hardcores because we're hardcore too into wrestling. You need the casuals to come tuning in.
Exactly, and they're doing a similar thing that WWE's doing with NXT. They're getting the AEW wrestlers and winning the ROH titles to try and elevate ROH, but it's like it's not working. It like I don't care that the Elite just won the ROH trios titles, and I could give two shits about that.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah. Like actually, the only thing that almost made me care was when Eddie Kingston beat Claudio at a Grand Slam for the ROH title. I want to see because I know from what I hear, Athena's doing great in ROH, but I want to see her. Where is Athena? Where the hell is Athena?
They're doing the same thing to her that WWE did.
Exactly, and it's like it be and like what's making me more frustrated is that they're showcasing
Keith
all
Lee?
the other I mean, yeah, Keith Lee too. Like, what the hell is going on with him? We just see him backstage on Collision, but we don't see him wrestle. Like, what's going on? We just see him standing there in his one piece hoodie. But like you're showing off like Eddie Kingston is now the ROH champion. You have Samoa Joe, the television champion. You're showing the ROH trios champions.
Yeah.
But where is Athena with her women's championship?
I know
What is
she's doing
going on?
good. But I don't.
Yeah, I hear she's doing
You know
great.
what? You know what Tony Khan has to do? I'm sorry, like Tony. I know you're not listening to this, but if you're listening to this, try to talk to Warner Brothers and try to get Ring of Honor on one of your channels.
Oh, he's trying. He's trying, but Warner Brothers just doesn't care about ROH.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If it's true that HBO Max next year is planning to get AEW television on there or some way, some sort, whether it's the pay-per-views or whether they're going to trial pay-per-views a year or whatever, maybe do something like that. Maybe have a library we can have the Ring of Honor stuff on there too. Please. So people
I promise you, I'm sure Tony Khan is trying so hard to do something with ROH.
Well, they say they're happy with AEW Dynamite and Collision, so why not do this with Ring of Honor? It's still part under the AEW umbrella.
I think it's because Warner Brothers Discovery doesn't care about ROH. I think that's the only reason why. Like Tony Khan, I think that's the reason why he's booking the AEW talent to win the ROH stuff, and you're seeing ROH talent
to care.
Exactly, and the bottom line is they don't care about ROH. so I mean, hopefully we'll be wrong, and maybe they see something after seeing them being showcased. But just like I don't see them being able to do anything with it, which is why they need to like bring the ROH talent and show and have them be full-time AEW roster, like something.
You're starting to see some ROH talent become on the AEW television, Dynamite and Collision. You're starting to see it because you're trying to get people invested in ROH. And I'm like, I'm not paying $10 for Honor Club. I'm sorry.
I'm not. I'm sorry. As much as I love Samoa Joe, Eddie Kingston, Athena, all of them, I'm not watching that.
I know they weren't exactly used to their fullest in WWE, but at least we got to see them on NXT every week.
Exactly. Like,
right.
I think if we didn't have to watch ROH on the Honor Club stuff, I think it would help it a lot if they were able to get a TV deal.
I'm sure people watch it more than Impact.
You think so?
Because I mean, they do have the better talent, right? I mean, Impact, no stuff.
Actually, no. Don't sleep on Impact now. They've been doing some stuff. Did you watch their 1000th episode?
No.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Yeah, Impact is like they always are
like their women. They're showcasing their women's roster better than AEW and WWE. Like that. Like that's saying something.
And then, but you're gonna, yeah, that's true. But yeah, we got FTR here. Let's go. I don't know what's next.
FTR, yeah.
I'll go with Darby versus Christian. I did like that backstage segment.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Interview. Yeah, was it JR interviewing him?
Yeah.
I love the passion from both of them. Darby. Oh.
Yeah,
Christian wants Darby to fight his whole family and Nick's family and all that. Like, I have the part. You're gonna fight Nick's mom. Don't worry, I have her number. I'll fight her.
Bro. Christian Cage is a savage, man. I'm loving this.
I love a dead gimmick.
Yeah, man. It is not getting old yet. Like Christian Cage is doing some great stuff in AEW, man. I'm so glad. So much so I don't want to see him lose.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
He has to get his cup. He has to. I mean, he has to get his. Well, I can't say. I'm gonna botch the word. But he has to. He has to get sometime, like, right? But he just won the title.
Exactly. Like, are we
officially?
Man, please don't do the hot potato stuff again. Please don't.
Well, they did have a Darby like last year around this time, right?
Exactly, and that killed Wardlow's momentum. Like, killed it. Like doing that.
Surprisingly, it surprisingly did not hurt Samoa Joe's momentum.
Yeah, surprisingly not.
But Wardlow needs to get out there. He needs to go to WWE.
Yeah, he needs to go to WWE now. Yeah.
Yeah, like.
But like, part of me's worried though because WrestleDream is in Darby Allin's hometown. So I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, and he did mention he did win the title last year. He did win the title in his hometown. That usually means he's not winning the title this time.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so that gives me a little bit of hope.
Because when you mention something like that,
uh-huh.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't
remember
do
back
that.
in the day, WWE, every time if you wrestle in your hometown, you lose. Like that's like the trope.
Yeah. Yep, and that's the exact opposite of AEW. If you're in your hometown, you're gonna win it.
But if you mention it, you're probably gonna lose. Because he did it already, right? Like,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I think he's gonna win, Christian, personally.
Yeah, Christian needs to hold on to that for a little.
Where's Darby? Darby, are you just gonna be a TNT guy?
Yeah, you need to go back to the world title picture, man. I mean, even though MJF, he's not losing to MJF though. That's the
North
only thing.
American title. I'm not North American title. International title.
International
title to me is more than it's higher than the TNT title because you got Mox. Well, Mox did lose it for relatively quick, which I'm surprised.
I mean, the only reason he lost because he was injured. So
yeah, that was not the plan. Obviously,
that was not the plan.
He was probably supposed to win. Yeah,
yeah,
that was an audible, right? Unfortunately, but to me, I think you agree. The international title is more prestige now than the TNT title, and that was not the plan at first. The TNT title was supposed to be like the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title of the AEW. No, it's the national title right now.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy holding it for that long.
Orange Cassidy of all people.
Exactly.
And once you put on Moxley, it tells you something, right? Because Moxley's been like a 3-time champion and triple champion, like a bullshit. That's like the stupidest term I ever heard.
Yeah, that was dumb. I hate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and there was no way Orange Cassidy was going to lose to Jon Moxley. As many defenses as he's done, he's not losing to Jon Moxley.
No.
I mean, he's not winning. He's not beating Jon Moxley. That's what I meant. But I mean, I think Rey Fenix. I'm actually glad that it's the international title, and finally an international wrestler is winning the title, has won the title. So I'm like,
that's true.
Exactly. So Rey Fenix, I think should hold it just for a little bit.
Oh yeah. So actually, that's a good segue because I think that's one of the matches, right? Where is it? Let me find it.
Rey Fenix versus.
Was it this one?
Oh, this is a tag team contenders match. Okay.
So he's not in it then. There's no international title match.
There's no international title match, though.
But he's in the tag team titles match next Sunday. Oh, okay. So let's do it since he's in this match. It's still a bit of a segue. We got the Young Bucks versus the Guns from Bullet Club Gold. Orange Cassidy and who? Who's Orange Cassidy's tag team partner?
Hook.
Well, there you have Hook. And then you got Rey Fenix and Pentagon.
Honestly, this could go anywhere. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard.
I don't. Either way, whoever they choose, I don't think Wait, this is the regular tag team title? This is FTR, right?
Yeah, this is for FTR. Yeah, it's not ROH tag team. This is FTR. Yeah.
Sorry, the Young Bucks is not winning this. Then they are not winning.
Yeah,
this.
You think they're going to do FTR Young Bucks again? I don't think so. I agree.
No.
And I don't think Phoenix and Pentagon are winning this.
Even though that would be a fire match, though. Have we seen that before? I don't think we've seen this before.
With FTR?
FTR versus the Lucha Brothers? Have we seen that?
I don't know. That's a good question. But that'd be a hell of a match.
That'd be awesome.
If I had it, if they never done it before, I would have them do it to win. But
please don't have Orange Cassidy and Hook win. Please no.
You want the Guns to win?
Yes.
Really? Oh, you want the Bullet Club Gold to get
Yeah, I want the Guns to
because they're doing great work, Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, I love Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, me too.
They're awesome.
Yeah, me too, man.
So honestly, yeah, I think it'd be between the Lucha Brothers and the Guns. Honestly.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the Guns, but I mean, because to me, Luchas and the Young Bucks are obvious, and AEW doesn't always like to do the obvious at times, right?
True. I mean, either way, I don't think FTR is losing those titles yet. Whoever they go with, even though I think the Guns will be the closest to because of their momentum, but even then, I don't think either way. I don't think FTR is dropping the titles to anyone right now.
Yeah, I agree. Who else? Let's do Kingston versus Shibata. Now this is for the ROH title and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship.
Eddie's winning this.
Yeah, Eddie's winning. Yeah,
That's
it's gonna be a
a
hell of a match.
It is
but
gonna be a
Eddie's
great
winning
match.
this match. Yeah,
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston is winning this match. It's gonna be brutal because Japan, they're
Strong
it's really-
style.
strong style.
Yeah.
It's like no, I don't mind strong style, but like it's something that's way too over the top when you're wrestling for 30 minutes and you start punching each other and you don't take and you're like, do it again. I'm like, no, dude, you should be tired. Like,
yeah, and
I'm
like,
sorry.
and like we can we please not have people get injured? Like
yeah.
we had people injured like week after week after week. I'm just like, can we just chill out for a second?
AEW is the king of injuries when it comes to stuff. Because I agree, like the style of wrestling is so like they incorporate so much of the strong style stuff and the flips and all of that, and it's less
Pile drivers. God damn.
And there's a reason why, right? I mean, remember they insert rules and stuff, right? But like,
Yeah, I don't think those rules came into play yet.
and those people say criticize WWE for not going over and over and beyond. I'm like, no, they really do that when it's a special time, when it's a big pay-per-view. AEW does it like every week.
Yeah, like, and you see less injuries happening in WWE.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even sometimes I criticize, like, if I watch a regular match on Raw or SmackDown, or even a couple of the pay-per-view matches, like, do I criticize that the matches could have been, more technical than what it actually is? Then sure, but I know they do it for a reason, to make sure that the talent is, doing stuff safe, and a lot of times they do wait for the big pay-per-view matches to do, do the bigger stuff.
That's what I like about that. Like, I like AEW, but I like the kind of thing when you want to do something special for the pay-per-view. You want to make it special. I compare it to Marvel. You have those big movies, right? And you have those small movies in between. And the Avenger movies are the big movies, right? The movies in between are small movies, and you do something special for the big movies. That's what I do. That's what I see with WWE, right?
Right. And they, for the most of the time, even if like they hold back on the wrestling aspects, they at least make it up for storytelling and character. So
yeah, it's just that I don't want to see, like, we don't have to see a table every single show.
No,
we don't have to.
We don't need to see blood every week either.
No. And when you do blood as accidental, like WWE does, a lot of blood spots in WWE is accidental. It makes it look more real. Because in AEW, they do it to make it feel more special. But I'm like, but we don't buy it as much if it was accidental,
I mean, yeah, it's like with even though, like, when WWE tries their best not to have people bleed, but like when it happens, it's more shocking, because it doesn't happen a lot.
Becky Lynch.
Exactly.
That made her. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 97. Bret Hart. That epic shot in the sharpshooter when he passes out. It makes it special. When you do it all the time like AEW, it's not special.
No,
and I know Moxley said in a real fight you'll be bleed blood and stuff like that. True.
But when you're the only one bleeding that easily, it stands out.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, I know why Mick Foley does it all the time. Cause, like,
I mean, yeah, he's a hardcore legend, but like even then, I'm just like, man.
Yeah. And there was a time where Mick Foley doesn't bleed all the time.
Yeah, he knew to pull it back.
Yeah.
He's like, you just got slapped and you're bleeding. What's going on? But,
all right, yeah. Mr. Julia Hart versus Chris Stan. I'm glad Julia Hart is getting a bit of a push here.
Yeah.
It's a big win with Real Nightingale. You wouldn't think she got a winner, but they have to build momentum for her. Obviously, to go in this match, you can't have her lose to Real Nightingale.
Right.
Because that would not look good. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
It would not look good. I think this would be a solid match, but Chris Statlander is not losing the title here.
No, she's not. Is it me? Like, I think Julia Hart is great. I think she's doing some great stuff with the House of Black. But like, is it me or Julia has like almost a similar issue with like Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy, that she seems a bit small, a little bit.
She is kind of small.
Yeah, and like, Yeah, it's just hard for me to like. Yeah, she just had that match with Willow, who's like towers over her, and it's just like,
Stan Leonard's towers over her too.
yep. And I'm just like suspending my disbelief that she can overpower this big woman. But
Yeah.
it's whatever. It's similar thing. It's similar thing with
She'll have
Sky
to use
Blue as
witchcraft
well.
or something.
Witchcraft. Or witchcraft, yeah. It's a similar thing with the Sky Blue, even though she kind of makes that up with her athleticism. But like even then, she's
I
a
like
small
Sky Blue.
person too. Yeah, Sky Blue's great, nice ass
Yeah.
as well. But yeah, it's just like that's just the one thing that's holding me back, from like fully being in on Julia Hart. It's just like character wise, she's really good, but as far as wrestling, I'm still like,
Yeah.
she has that similar issue with Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy, where it's like, I don't buy you overpowering these women that are bigger than you. I don't know.
The thing is with the same with Darby Allin. It's not the bigger issue. Like Darby Allin's gonna take himself. This guy's gonna be like retired at like 40 years old.
Yeah,
That's all
because
that
of
stuff
how the dangerous stuff that he's
Dude.
doing. Yeah,
Like he's doing this. He's done work. Like I know Jeff Hardy, right? He's done a lot of stuff himself, damage to himself. Darby Allin's done a lot worse.
yeah.
Short amount of time.
First of all, it's a miracle that Jeff Hardy is still wrestling right now. It's same thing with Matt. It's a miracle with all
You
the
see how
stuff
Matt
they've done over the
walks?
years. Yeah, I thought he would have been. He was done. I thought he was
Yeah.
done. But like, no, he's like I said, it's a miracle that they're still wrestling. Darby,
And
man,
Jeff has done a lot more crazy stunts than Matt does, and he walks better than Matt.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep. So it's like Darby really needs to be careful. I know he's the daredevil and the coffin drop, and then you even see with Randy Orton, all the RKOs he's done over the years, it's caught up to him.
Yeah, as he gets older, right? As he gets older, he, like your body doesn't heal as fast. The wear and tear as you get older. It's different. It's worse, man. Like, yeah, that's the reason Orton's out. That's what he said in an interview. The reason he's out is because of the RKOs catching up to him.
Yeah,
and everybody now in WWE to an extent, but everybody in AEW does some diamond cutter RKO.
Diamond Cutter,
No.
Matt Riddle,
Yeah.
straight up doing RKO. Scorpio Sky, he has a version of a cutter, and
Yeah. It's now. I mean, Cody Rhodes has one right off the turnbuckle.
Cody Rhodes, oh my
great.
God, springboard cutter, which I mean, it looks great,
great.
but
Yeah.
hopefully that he doesn't suffer this similar thing too.
And the thing with Randy Orton is the elevation, man. That's
Yeah,
right.
especially when he does the RKO off the top rope,
Yeah.
or when he catches somebody in midair.
He's the best. I mean, he's the best at RKOs, man. I'm just like at those cutters. It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
But
I think we got Statlander here.
Yeah.
Which
championship you think is more elevated, the TBS or the women's championship?
I think it's the women's championship because we actually did have Paige versus Toni Storm.
True. Which was that was really good too.
That was the problem with Jade Cargill as champion too. When she was TBS champion, the AEW Women's Champion was still more elevated than that one, despite her streak.
I mean,
because look at the champions,
jobbers.
Yeah, look at the champions. The AEW Women's Champion had who the champions were: Britt Baker, Toni Storm,
Hikaru
Shida. Yeah, it's Jamie Hayter.
Hayter.
Yeah, and look at that. Oh, Jade. I can't say Jade was the first one.
Riho.
Like, who was the biggest? I thought the biggest threat to Jade. I thought it was gonna be Athena, but she beat her in 5 minutes.
Wait, what happened?
Remember the biggest threat to Jade? I thought it was gonna be Athena.
Oh yeah. Like that was such a disappointment. Such a disappointment, man. But yeah, I was hoping that Athena and Statlander happens because they've been teasing that they wanted to.
Do you think Mercedes Moné shows up?
I don't know.
You know what?
If
Yeah,
she
I
does
want.
show up, I think she'll be more interested in the women's championship than the
Yeah,
TBS
I agree.
championship.
Agree. Paige and her have some history. Yeah, according to that dive event, it was her kick.
Yep.
And I know it's accidental, and Paige in real life hasn't said anything bad about uh, Sasha, Mercedes, whatever you want to call her. She did not blame her for that. She's not, but you can still make it out of storyline,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you still, but yeah, let's go with Adam Page versus Swerve Scott. I'm really looking forward to this match. They're really pushing Swerve Scott a lot now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Adam Page, it's kind of he's not pushed where he once was. He's still usable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to this match. I'm looking forward to the Elite versus the Embassy, kind of. Right?
I don't really care that much
Because
about it.
the thing the Elite has feuded almost every faction there is. Like they kind of had a small feud with the Bullet Club Gold, Blackpool Combat Club, Jericho's groups. Who else is there to feud with the faction?
I don't know. Honestly, they could have dragged out the Bullet Club Gold versus Elite a little bit more.
Yeah, that was quickly done, right? And there's so much history there with Jay White.
Jay White.
But yeah, this match I'm looking forward to. Sir Scott, oh my god, he's a great heel.
He is. He's awesome.
Oh,
So
he
great.
is-
I'm so glad they're finally like giving him like an actual storyline, because like it felt like they didn't really know what to do with him after they dropped the Keith Lee stuff, So
Mhm.
I'm glad that they're doing something.
When they got him to do the Darby Allin, Nick Wayne stuff, R.A. Fox, that was great because he was such a hated heel. Then the Despicable here, even better. I kind of love the spot when Nana was doing this, and that was from last week, not this Dynamite, but last week's Dynamite when Prince Nana was doing this. It's typical,
Yeah.
right? And the Young Bucks were waiting. It was like a minute and a half or 2 minutes, right? And the Young Bucks were behind him, like,
Yeah.
and then he turns around and gets super kick.
Super kick. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, did you see Bischoff do it?
No.
Oh, okay. Bischoff did that. There's a
Oh, that's
pretty
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll even say, even though like the Sting and Darby versus for Swerve and AR Fox it was okay, but I wasn't like super excited about it. The match ended up being really good at All In, but just like that, once again, I just felt like it was kind of directionless. It feels like now, like they're giving Swerve actually something that you want.
I think he needs this win more than Page. Because he's
Yeah.
an elite. If you're an elite, you're never going to be hurt. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
There's no way you could possibly be hurt your career, right? If you're an elite.
Exactly. If Kenny and the Bucks are willing to put people over, like Hangman needs to do the same thing.
Yeah, like they could put Adam Page against us, and we could beat Adam Page. Adam Page will be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
He'll be fine.
Yeah. So I think Swerve Scott's going to win this match. I do.
Yeah, I think he should win it.
Yeah, makes sense. And because I don't think it's over with. I don't think it's done. Because AEW doesn't do those short stories usually. They do like to do longer stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
And I don't think it's just done. I agree. Let's do Brian Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. Sometimes it's so hard.
People still mix it up. It's still
It's easier with John Moxley and Dean Ambrose. I don't know why it's easy to do that, but with Brian Danielson and Daniel Bryan, it's
because it's still kind of his name. It's just they added mix the formation of the word is rearranged. So it's like Brian Danielson feels like Daniel Bryan backwards.
Yeah, it's his real name too, right? I think it's his real name.
Yeah, that's his real name. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking for this match. A lot of people say Zack Sabre Jr. is a carbon copy of Brian Danielson. Yeah, I know there's people because the wrestling's almost style is the same, right? Like there's technical submission wise, like the stuff like that. They like to work under joints, stuff like that. They want to
Yeah.
putting in spots where you can be in pain, right?
Right.
I don't think it's actually.
That's like comparing Daniel Bryan to Pete Dunne. They're both, that they have a similar
It's
you
very
know,
British.
yeah, yeah, right.
A lot of British wrestlers wrestle the same. I'm still like that's like hard style. Like to work on your joints. Like to make you ravel in pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Dawson has a very British. Yeah, he kind of does have a very British style of wrestling. It's true.
Yeah.
Zack Sabre Jr. He does have a personality. Brian Dawson has a huge personality. Has a huge charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Uh.
Yeah, I like Zack Sabre Jr. I don't love him. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's like he's cool. He's cool. I'm sure this is like a dream match for a lot of people.
Oh, it is. A lot of people go crazy for this match.
I guess so. I'm just like, I mean, the match I'm sure is going to be great, but I'm just like, as far as like one of the dream matches I want to see Danielson do, it's like Zack Sabre Jr. is not exactly in my top 5.
Okada Junior, Sabre Jr.
Yeah. Yeah, we just came back from Okada, which was like up here, and then we have Zack Sabre Jr. Which,
yeah.
So I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I wish we saw like a promo between the two. It's just like
it was just like
just give me
just
like
a dream match.
Just a dream match, but like I mean, it could be a dream match. That's fine, but like, can we get a face to face at least?
Yeah, they didn't even bother doing that. Like, because John Bryan was more focused on Ricky Starks than Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, it's like that's. I don't know what AEW is doing with their booking. It's like they're waiting till the last minute to do stuff.
They used to never do that with pay-per-views at one point.
No,
I
mean, and
right?
even though the pay-per-views are great, so that's probably why Tony Khan thinks he can get away with it. But like, no, we need some build. We need some long-term storytelling here. Like, you need to give us something. Like, you can't just sell it on the wrestling matches are going to be great. No, give us something.
Yeah. I mean, give us interest why you want to watch wrestling matches. I don't like. I know there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people want to see. Oh, these two are going to be good in the ring together. But to me, and I think to you, if there's no story, why do I care?
Yeah, why should I care? Like, other than I'm sure I'm still going to watch it because I'm a hardcore. We're hardcore wrestling fans.
Yeah.
But just how are you going to grab grab other people? How are you going to grab the casual people that are watching this? How are you going to
casuals don't
know who?
Casuals don't care much about in-ring work as hardcore wrestling fans. Let me put it out there, because look at the Attitude Era, for example. That wrestling was not good.
No.
If you really look at it, it was not good.
No, it wasn't.
But what got people's attention?
It was a Stone Cold. It was The Rock. It was
DX.
It was DX.
All that stuff.
Yep. All those personalities, those characters. Yes.
I'm not a big fan of Vince Russo. I think he says he's done some harm, but I do agree with him. Crash TV did work at that time, right? For WWE, it did work. It was not about because it got people to watch.
Yeah,
but it wasn't about the in-ring work, right? WCW was mixed because they were letting the cruiserweights do all the in-ring work, and then they had the main eventers do all the talking and stuff like that, right?
And like once again, like they're assuming that we would know who these New Japan talents are. Like they don't. The Americans don't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. Not
casuals definitely don't.
Casuals definitely don't. It's like, who is Zack Sabre Jr.? Who is that? Same thing with Will Ospreay. Like
you're on TBS and TNT.
Exactly. Like this is your chance to showcase who these wrestlers are. Like even like Will Ospreay, it's like we know who Will Ospreay is, but like if we just judged it from face value, if we didn't know who he was in New Japan and we saw his appearances on Dynamite, like we still don't know who Will Ospreay is. He did this one great promo with Jericho before All In, but that's all we know about him.
Yeah.
So so it's like you need to give us something like, who is Zack Sabre Jr.? Like he's the New Japan Pro Wrestling Television Champion, and like okay. What is that? Who is that? What does that mean? What give us like a a video
And
package of his matches or something.
And I think here's the thing with casual AEW likes to do. Okada, the greatest New Japan wrestler, the greatest wrestler in the world. You had the casual fans be like, "Well, but Roman Reigns, he hasn't lost the title in 3 years."
Exactly.
What makes Okada the greatest the greatest champion? If this guy hasn't lost the title in 3 years, what makes him? You gotta explain why. Okay.
Exactly.
And let me tell you, like, no disrespect to Okada, he's bringing some great talent over here. But Roman Reigns is being some guys, not just casual fans, not just casual, not just hardcore, but casual fans do, and non-casual wrestling fans know. John Cena, right? Yep. John Cena, perfect example. Now he actually has beaten Batista, but that's Shield days.
Right.
Right.
Or like even Hiroshi Tanahashi fighting MJF. Like, who is Tanahashi? Who is that?
Like, and I'll say this: who is MJF?
Wait, what?
Who is MJF to the casual fans?
Oh, I mean, yeah, he's like, he's like one of the biggest champions in the world right now.
Yeah.
You know, from how they're how they're building him up. He's like almost on the same level as Roman Reigns right now, almost.
Oh yeah, almost.
if he had a bigger like,
I mean,
draw, if as far as but
he is a better character. They're two different characters. MJF,
if he had more of a mainstream draw like Roman Reigns, I think
a lot of people think MJF couldn't be a heel, right? He's done a great job as a babyface, kind of keeping that character. I don't think Roman Reigns would have worked with this character. I don't think it would work as a babyface.
That's the thing, because they had Roman be the babyface and it didn't work, but him as a heel is working. But MJF is doing the heel and babyface. Really.
MJF, it has a lot more character and charisma than, no disrespect to Roman, because as a heel it works, but overall more than Roman.
Yeah.
Because I do think, he does have the ability on a grander stage like WWE television or whatever to a better version of Miz. Because a lot of people, because Miz has it too.
Yeah, he's great on the mic and he's solid in the ring.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't take, as far as his ring stuff, he doesn't take risks. Like he does what's safe, but like it works.
So is MJF, right? Like
MJF, like, I mean, yeah, he does do the same stuff, but at the same time you see like every once in a while he pulls out some stuff like you don't expect him to do.
Especially as a turning babyface, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he can talk circles around Roman Reigns.
yeah. He can talk circles around most wrestlers.
Yeah. Like that, it shocked me when that promo that he had with Jay White. I'm like, even like Jay White was like, oh, okay.
Man, yeah. Jay White, but Jay White did a good job countering it.
Oh, he did. He didn't just surrender. He was like, like, don't forget who I am.
Yeah.
You got me shook for a second, but like, don't forget who I am.
Jay White's good. Jay White is good on the mic, and he's a scummy heel. He might be even worse than MJF as a heel, man. I'm really liking it. We'll get to that a little bit later on because that is kind of after our main event. We're not there yet. Right. I think we're one match away. Okay, now on this graphic card we have Ibushi and Kenny Omega versus Guevara and Will Ospreay, but it's actually a 6-man tag team match. Jericho will be joining Omega and Ibushi versus Guevara, Ospreay, and Takasha.
Now, do you think Ibushi's still making it after he got attacked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
I was wondering about that. Like, oh, did they just throw a wrench in there now? Did they attacked him at his school?
I mean, it was not as bad as the beating Nick Wayne got.
That's true.
Nick Wayne was lucky to be alive. That was almost murder. What happened to Nick Wayne?
Yeah, they didn't have to do him like that. They didn't have to do him like that. Jesus.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this match because you got all three guys who hate these three guys, especially Don Callis. Don Callis might be the most hated guy in AEW right now.
Oh yeah.
He's good. He's great at it. He's so good.
Great.
This match is hard for me Omega hasn't really been seen, right?
Yeah, he's been noticeably absent.
Yeah, yeah. Who needs this match more? Oh, let's be honest. Omega, Jericho, and Bushi are safe,
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
and
I
you could
think
tell
yeah, I think Takashi
they've done.
Takashi.
I'll say this: they've done a great job of getting Takasha really,
Oh
really
yeah,
over, and is a very dangerous heel, and
yes,
he's becoming a star out of it.
yes.
Will Ospreay and Guevara's next on the list. Will Ospreay doesn't need that much as Takasha or right because Will Ospreay to me is really a star,
I
right? He's
mean
really a star.
he's beaten Ibushi, Omega, and Jericho.
But the thing is, Guevara is doing it once again. He's never gonna be a star if he's always showing his groups, factions. He's never been a single star in AEW.
Well, they tried for a little. They tried for a
Yeah,
little bit, but then they immediately put him back in the faction.
yeah, that's true. Like
Is
to
it
me,
like is it because he works best in a faction? Is it because him being a single star isn't working?
I don't know. There is something there, right? Like
Yeah,
it's the
I don't know.
point that Tom Callis could get Guevara over. Because if Jericho couldn't really do it, I mean, can Guevara, can Don Callis do it?
I think the thing is that they're trying to push. There were times I felt like they were trying to push him to be a babyface, and every time they do it, like he gets booed immediately. So it's like,
I think a lot of people really do like. I think there's a lot of people who do not like Guevara.
honestly, I think Guevara is really under. I think Guevara is underrated. I think he's
I
really, really good. I don't know
I
why
do
people
too.
are so polarizing
I
towards.
think what people turned him off was all that stuff with his wife. When they're doing all that kissy kissy. Oh. I mean, we don't want to see it on TV. I'm sorry, we don't want to see that on TV.
Well, even this stuff with Ty, like,
Yeah,
what's really the issue with this? Because like the stuff that he was doing with Ty, it reminds me of Edge and Lita.
yeah.
I thought that was working for them. I don't know why people didn't like that.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know who's gonna win this. To me, Takasha, they've done a great job. Like, Takasha is such a great heel. To me, I don't know. To me, I see him as a future champion now because of this feud with Omega.
I see it. I see it. I think he could win the international championship.
Oh yeah, they've really done a great job getting him over. He needs the manager because of obviously his limited English.
Yeah, limited English.
But
But yeah, honestly, I think the Don Callis family needs it more.
yeah,
Build
because
their
it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt these three, right? It's not gonna hurt Omega, Jericho, or Ibushi. It's not gonna hurt them. They'll be fine. It'll be fine. If you're right, especially
honestly,
Omega
I
and
see.
Jericho.
Honestly, I even see Ibushi taking the loss.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna go with the family. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think I'll go with the family.
Yeah, I'm going with the family.
And it'll be another loss for Omega against Takasha.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people criticize the Elite. The Elite get people over, man.
They do.
Jericho does too.
They are definitely selfless.
They're not NWO, okay? They're not NWO. We don't get anybody over, except
Yeah.
Goldberg or DDP.
Go, yeah, like no, like yeah. I'm so glad that they're willing to they're trying to make new stars. They are.
Yeah.
Well, Hangman needs to do it a little bit more, but like at least like Kenny and the Elite, they're definitely selfless, and Jericho too. Jericho's like
Jericho,
putting
yeah.
people over left and right, which I'm happy about as well.
Jericho's always been even WWE. Put Fandango over.
Yeah. Seriously, who expected that? Who expected that? Put him over. Do. Man, I miss Breezango.
Oh, Breezango's great. Those Fashion Files segments, those
Yeah.
vignettes, they were great.
They're great.
Yeah. How many matches left? Okay. Now this is a handicap match. Now since Adam Cole's hurt, apparently it's a real injury, and okay, so it's a handicap match against what they call the Righteous.
The
So
Righteous.
MJF will defend the Ring of Honor titles against the Righteous. I forget the guy's name, Vincent, somebody else. A handicap match.
Yeah. So what I want to say real quickly about the Righteous, like as far because I just complained about how the AEW doesn't properly showcase the ROH talent. The stuff that you're doing with the Righteous, that's a good way to to show off
Yeah.
ROH talent. They're actually doing promos with them. They're actually showing what their gimmick is, what their personality is. That's what they need to do with their other ROH talent. That's what they do right there. So
So let's look. If Adam Cole was still champion, still healthy, I got MJF and Adam Cole winning here. I don't know now based on the ending, like of Dynamite. Because
yeah,
I know Adam Cole has a real injury on Dynamite. When on Dynamite, yeah, I said, oh yeah, this is a fake injury. This injury is not real because of the ending in Dynamite. But apparently, it's a real injury now because news came out today. It's a real injury. But I'm like,
Yeah.
they're probably waiting a long game here to make sure one of those guys that beat up Jay White is really Adam Cole. But they're gonna drag it out. They're gonna drag it out
Yeah.
till he's healthy. Because I really do. Because I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now. I think Adam Cole's been playing MJF the whole time.
You thought that was Adam Cole the whole time?
He's been playing MJF the whole time. Him, all the issues having with the Kingdom, why he's strong. MJF always calls himself the devil. Always, thinks ahead, outsmarts people, right? Calls himself the devil, and and you start seeing the segments where start seeing this stuff in some of this week too on the segment on the boat, and some of the past where Adam Cole's like, fellas, he's gonna be betrayed a couple of times, and I'm like, MJF. I think Adam Cole's playing MJF to get one up because usually MJF is the one that gets the one up on somebody else. Cole's doing it to him. The devil's being outsmarted by another devil.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Honestly, like this whole storyline with Cole and MJF is so good. I actually didn't know where it was gonna go, to be honest. Like, because part of me's thinking like what you just said, that Adam Cole could betray him and join the Kingdom and Roderick, but then a part of me's like also expecting for MJF to turn heel again and like make a new faction with the Kingdom.
I don't think MJF's turning heel. That's the thing.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But it's like for me, just watching how the storyline was progressing. For me, I was like, this could go anywhere. And and another thing I was thinking, like, there could also be the possibility that Adam Cole and MJF stay baby faces as they eventually face Roderick in the Kingdom. So
because there was 4 people beating up Jay White, and we know that's the Kingdom, right? At least 3 of them are Kingdom members. They're gonna frame MJF, right?
I mean, that's what makes the most sense, unless Tony Khan has some secret free agents that nobody knows
Retribution.
Hell no. Or those some of the superstars that got fired from the merger, like Dolph Ziggler and Elias and all.
Oh, they're starting early, even though they can't contractually negotiate, right? So
Right,
there's some
right.
placeholders, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yep, that's possible. I mean, like, if I was AEW and this releases, Dolph Ziggler, something I'm interested with.
You better call up Dolph Ziggler. You better
stay away from Matt Riddle, please. Don't take Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I don't know about Matt Riddle right now. I don't know.
Because the guy's an idiot. I don't think he's that smart.
It's just a shame. Like, I mean,
Talented,
whatever's going on with him, like the controversy. I'm not gonna.
I don't think he has it. I don't think he has it up here. That's the problem.
Probably not, and it's such a shame because he's a really good wrestler, and like his gimmick is fun, but yeah, it's just like I don't know about him right now, but yeah, man, it's like the storylines. This is like one of the best storylines in wrestling right now. Like, I'm putting it up with the Bloodline, man. Like the MJF
it is really good.
It's great, really good. And it's like I do agree with you that I think the most interesting result of this is that Adam Cole and the Kingdom end up turning on MJF. I think that should be the route that they go. And yeah, this whole thing of like them being disguise themselves in like the mask and whatever, and drawing it out until Adam Cole gets healed up. I think that makes the most sense.
Now, I don't know how long he'll be out for because I don't know when the surgery is. Now that depending on the length, that determines everything, right?
Yeah, like honestly, with the ankle injury and like
and that could surgery too. So
like he probably won't be back till like next year, possibly.
Yeah, do they really want to drag it out the next year? Because like,
I mean, if it's hopefully.
Works.
Yeah, if
Works.
that's a legit injury from what he said on Dynamite, like it'll be a miracle if he's back by the end of the year.
Yeah.
You know,
I still think it's the Kingdom because they're not big guys, and they're small guys.
yeah, they look like small guys.
Yeah, and the Kingdom, as you know, the Kingdom members, they're not big
Right.
guys.
And notice that the guy in the devil mask didn't do anything, so it's like that could be Adam Cole. You know, since he's injured and he's the only one that didn't attack Jay White, that could make sense.
Yeah.
But,
how was he able to hold the crutches though? How was he able to stand?
They angled the camera really well.
Oh,
I don't know.
I gotta see. Now framing Jay White, I'm not framing MJF attacking Jay White, and now it's gonna be like I'm like now it's gonna be like Jay White's gonna accuse MJF of having his boys attack. Maybe he's accused that MJF is actually really in cahoots with the Kingdom because. Like who would attack the Bullet Club Gold, right? Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Like if it is the Kingdom, like why would they attack Jay White?
Yeah, that's the only way they would do that is to frame MJF, right? And why would Adam Cole care if MJF feuds with Jay White?
And yeah, that's the thing.
You know what's possible? You know what's possible?
What?
You know that promo Jay White mentions Adam Cole. He's the reason why Adam Cole is out for like a year.
Yeah.
Well, if that set up Adam Cole or stuff like that.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that does make sense because like, yeah, he caused the domino effect with Adam Cole and all this stuff. So actually, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Possibly.
It's like, yeah, beating you up. Thank you for putting me on the shelf. So here's
the ammo right there. Ammunition.
Yeah, here's your receipt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense now. I'm more convinced it's Adam Cole in the Kingdom.
And he kind of like Jay White during that feud last year before Forbidden Kingdom 1 kind of shunned Adam Cole. Mm-hmm. That triple threat match kind of shunned Adam Cole. Like, yeah, I don't care about you, just so you know. Because Jay White was never really in the Bullet Club when Adam Cole was in the Bullet Club. Jay White came into the Bullet Club after Adam Cole.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, once again, like another grudge from former Bullet Club members
who were never in the Bullet Club at the same time.
Right.
Like,
and you know how Jay White, is proclaiming that he's the one that brought Bullet Club into the to heights that they that they haven't before. Like he's the one that elevated Bullet Club the most. He's the one that claims that.
Well, as he should claim that as a heel. Obviously, there's a scummy heel. The heel he is. He should claim that. Right. But that's not true. Obviously,
that's not true. Obviously, the Elite was the one that elevated Bullet Club. Yeah.
AJ Styles helped. AJ Styles. I think it would start with AJ Styles and the Young Bucks and.
I think AJ Styles helped bring Bullet Club into the mainstream, and then the Elite was the one to be like skyrocket them to being
Young
like
Bucks
their
definitely
legit faction now.
The Young Bucks, I think the Young Bucks are the real reason behind, and then Mega got involved. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting, man. I don't know who's gonna win this. Do you think there's gonna be somebody tagging MJF? Or is he going to go into this match as a
who would tag with MJF?
Yeah, who likes MJF? Maybe Big Show?
Actually, since we saw that segment with the Big Show, that actually was funny. That actually was pretty funny.
Captain Sato?
That actually is a possibility. Paul White could come out and be his taxi partner. I actually won't be mad at that. I would not be mad at that. But like at the same time, like I also see MJF, getting overpowered because of the handicap and him losing the title there. I don't know. It could go either way.
Yeah.
Or they turn MJF into Hulk Hogan and he's able to beat both. I don't know.
If you know how I would do this, if they're gonna turn Cole heel, right?
Yeah.
Have the Kingdom be ones framing MJF. When Cole comes back and still winning a lot of championships, have him go against the Kingdom, and have him Cole and Cole MJF versus whoever in the Kingdom, Roderick, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett.
Yeah.
Have him wrestle maybe on a pay-per-view, they're getting close to the end of the match. That's when Cole betrays MJF, and one of the Kingdom members pins MJF, gets the win. Man, kind of like reminiscent, kind of like when Roderick turned on Pete Dunne and joined the Undisputed Era.
Honestly, I that's exactly kind of how I see it. Like I see the MJF and Adam Cole defending the titles at like either a Full Gear or Revolution or Double or Nothing.
Depends on his injury, yeah.
Depending on his
Length.
injury. Yeah, they defend against the Kingdom, and then Adam Cole betrays MJF, and then the Kingdom win the ROH titles with the help of Adam Cole, and then that's when you have the full on turn right there.
Yeah, and Cole be like on the Dynamite promo, MJF, it was me all along. I was using you the whole time. I wasn't really your friend. I pulled him up on you, and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or
something
you
like
just say it's story time with Cole, and it doesn't say Day. It doesn't say that, so it doesn't get the crowd rattle up. Like
why doesn't he say it?
because he don't get the crowd. He's a heel. He shouldn't get the crowd. Like,
But he said that even when he was a heel.
yeah, I know. That's a mistake as a heel, though.
I mean, you can't help it, you know.
I
like
know that's true. He's used to it.
he's used to it, exactly. Like even with MJF with his catchphrases, it's
And that
like,
would do. You know what it would do? If Adam Cole forms the Kingdom, MJF makes peace with Wardlow, and maybe two other guys come to help him.
there's no. I mean, that's probably
Trying
what,
to do something.
I was about to say. Like, I was about to say, there's no way that Wardlow would team with MJF. There's no way.
You know, yeah, but the guy has to do something, right? You can't go against the Kingdom all alone.
True, and it's like even if Wardlow does join with MJF, what does that do for Wardlow?
I don't know.
Like, you know, because like, part of me was thinking like the only way that they could like build Wardlow up again is if they make him a monster heel against MJF.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I see them doing it, because like his babyface run is completely killed. Oh,
yeah. Is this last time on TV the first episode of Collision?
Wait, what?
Was it for? It's last time on TV. Was that Collision, the first episode of Collision? We lost the title.
I think.
The Luchasaurus?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like 3 months ago? June?
Yeah. Yep. It's unfortunate.
This guy was so hot. Getting over.
Yeah, like the debut of Collision, and you just won the TNT title again, and you just drop it once again. Like, what the hell, man?
What did he do? What did he do to piss off Tony Khan?
What did he do to piss off Tony Khan? Like, what's going on, man?
Like, go to WWE, Wardlow. Go to WWE, Wardlow.
Go to
please.
WWE. Like, clearly somebody doesn't like you at AEW. Somebody doesn't like you. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna end it here. It's a good show. It's almost 2 hours because we had a lot of fun talking AEW.
Yeah.
Wasn't really much talked about No Mercy, like to go in detail, but AEW there was because it's not a main roster. It's not main because the WWE is not main roster talk. Obviously, we'll talk about the next week because that's when Fastlane is next Saturday. So we'll do a prediction show for Fastlane. We'll definitely do It's All About Wrestling on Monday. We'll talk about the pay-per-views, reviews, obviously for the two shows.
I don't think I'm gonna buy WrestleDream because like there was I might get the highlights. Oh, you're gonna stream it legally? Hey, send me a thing if you can.
I don't care if I made it on here.
All right.
And if HBO does do the 12 pay-per-view thing, please do not make it where you have to buy like
an extra $10 for
like Disney Plus did with their movies. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it is better than the $50, but even then, I'm like,
yeah,
man, don't be petty like that, AEW. Don't do that.
Give us unless the only way I could see it being reasonable if you give us a catalog of all this AEW stuff, not just the pay-per-views, but like a catalog of past shows or whatever documentaries. You know, like WWE Network, right? Or Peacock, right?
Right. Yeah.
I don't even think there's a special add-on for Peacock anyway. So. For WWE stuff,
for
right?
WWE, exactly. So it's like if they do that, then you could do that for AEW.
So don't even do that.
Yeah, the only thing that's awkward for me if they do the extra $10, I don't have my own Max. I'm using somebody else's Max. So like every time I have to ask them, hey, can I buy this AEW event for this much? Like I don't
Yeah.
like that's gonna be weird for me. But yeah, it's
And
like,
I live in Canada. We don't even get HBO. Well, we don't even get HBO Max here. I do get HBO like from the Canadian service, Canada a television service, whatever. I don't know how it'll work here though. They have to negotiate something separately with Canada's
exactly.
stations,
How
right?
is Canada gonna get
Yeah.
AEW?
Same with the rest of the world, right?
Yeah, with the rest of the world too. How's that gonna work? That's probably what they're trying to figure out. That's why they haven't announced anything.
You have to negotiate. I use Rogers, which is the biggest telecommunication company in Canada, and we got Crave TV here for Crave TV, which is basically HBO, Warner Brothers stuff, and other stuff here. You have to negotiate with Crave. Rogers that.
Wow, we got jump through all these.
Yeah,
hoops.
I get it for free though. I don't have to pay extra for it.
Oh,
so I get to watch HBO stuff for free. It's great.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
But we don't get Peacock here, so I miss some of the shows you guys watch, like Twisted Metal. I miss that because I don't get it here. Yeah. But yeah. So tell me, promote your show that you have to be postponed. Obviously, go ahead and promote yourself.
Okay, so if y'all want to follow me, y'all could check out my channel. I am DL, where I talk about movies and shows and everything in nerdy geek culture. And the show that Aaron's talking about is I'm trying to start a show on movie menace and entertainment called MME Hot Takes, where I'm choosing 2 to 3 MME panelists and having them give a specific hot take they have about anything in the world of movies and shows. So they can talk about actors, they can talk about the movie itself, they can talk about just anything that has to do with movies and shows that they consider a hot take, or that's an unpopular opinion. I'm giving them a chance to air out their hot take, and then the panel will react to that hot take, and then we will all vote at the end which hot take is the best. So,
and I see that's been scheduled for next October 2nd, right?
Yeah, and like until I figure out like a concrete date, I'm pushing it back for right now.
Yeah.
That may not be the final date, but I am trying to do it relatively soon once I figure it out. But yeah, that is what's coming up. And then as far as my regular channel stuff, I'm still got to review the One Piece Netflix show. I'm waiting for my friends to finish watching it so I could do it. And then same thing with Star Wars, catch up with the Star Wars shows. I want to see the creator, so I probably want to review that as well.
That's almost done.
And Disney Cast stuff coming up soon. So yeah, that's what's coming up. So you want to check out my crazy takes on stuff. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to MME.
So, for me, guys, on my main channel, I'm not doing episode 7 spoiler review for Ahsoka on Let's Talk Pop. I'm gonna wait to the finale where I could do 7, 8 together. So the two last episodes together. That's next week. Sometime next week, maybe Thursday next week, because Thursday I have to do this stream because it's Fastlane. So sometime next week. The problem is, I think Loki's out next week, or is that the week after?
Oh my God, Loki's out already? Jesus Christ!
No, it's not out.
I mean, you know what I meant. Like, it's coming up already. Like, yeah,
October 6th.
Holy crap!
Okay, so that's 2 weeks actually. I think that's 2 weeks. October 6th is no. October 6th is next Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay. What I'll do is, if I can't do it next Thursday, you know what? I'll do it Tuesday. No, Wednesday. Wednesday next week. Just before Dynamite. Try to get it's not going to be long. Maybe half an hour to hour max. Maybe less than an hour. It won't be long to do those episodes. On Wednesday. So that'll be on Ahsoka episode 7, 8. And then they're on most likely Sunday of next week, I'll probably do Loki. And since the writer's strike is over with, possibly the actor strike, maybe some news will start popping up. If you notice, there's some more news popping up now, like news that people want to talk about. more
Yeah,
the Let's Talk
the
Pop
whole
show.
James Gunn stuff
Yeah.
is getting people
Yeah.
riled up.
Yeah, the Let's Talk Pops shows will get more detailed now. Talk about other topics. That's why it has the Let's Talk Pop shows has been mostly reviews as of late because it wasn't much talked about. But since stuff are getting settled, there's gonna be more stuff going into those shows, right? So it might be going back to 2 weeks, 2 episodes of show now, on the main channel. And next week on this channel, Monday, let's talk episode 82 of It's All About Wrestling. Reviews of these 2 pay-per-views. More Jade Cargill stuff. Whatever wrestling news there is. Releases. We'll talk more about releases. I couldn't talk about wrestling this week on Monday. I was busy. But we could talk about releases. We could talk about where they could go. Stuff like that. And next Thursday, once again, we'll be doing Fastlane previews and predictions. I'm actually really looking for Seth Rollins just getting a last man standing match. But yeah, so do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and check out DL's channel and check out my 2 channels. Take care, guys.
Later.